Oh, I just have to open up my game. Alright, whatever. Ah! That was... I don't know what my computer just did, but... That is the first time I've ever seen that happen. But we're back. Oh man, this is a great start. This is a spectacular start. So, my main thing is... I'm happy that there's no qualifying because I'm supposed to commentate at 5, but I'm hoping to be able to get food before then because all I've eaten since like 11 in the morning is cereal. And I would like a little more sustenance than a bowl of cereal, you know? So, if I don't delay the fucking lobby, then maybe, just maybe, I'll have time to get food. And as soon as I join, it's very likely that they're gonna have to start the race. So, I might have to speed run through it in the formation lap. But for those of you who were watching and watched it crash, I do have the transition back up. You guys ready for the shit? You guys ready for the shit? Hold on. Oh, what? Hold on. Hold on. Why is this not working anymore? I think I need to switch it and then switch it back. Why can't I switch it back to that? Okay, well, I have the invite. So let's do that first. Come on. Come on, servers. Come on! Come on! Huh! Come on! Okay, well, there's no need for this fucking game. Come on. Accept. Why can't I? Why can't I? Alright, back in. So they'll very likely start this back up. But I need to get these standings showing, broski. No, they're saying ready up. No! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Why is this not working? Why is it refusing to... Why is it refusing to recognize my Discord? I'm just trying to pull up their race results. Oh, there it is! Okay. While I have time, transition. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But while I'm looking at this, so we're doing reverse standings, meaning it would be like at Furzy starting at the front, USM, Tar Heels, so on and so forth. You know, so your World Driver Championship leaders at the moment are going to be having to do a lot of work, coming from the back. But let us move on to the team standings. Excuse me. So V Carb in the lead by 26 points. The tight gap really is between. Is this gap to the leader? It is gap to the leader. So yeah, the top three very close together. The Mercedes not too far off, and then we get a little bit of a drop off. It is a steady drop off though. It's not like somebody falls off the face of the earth, as far as their points go. But looking to be like a very very interesting race today here in Brazil. Not the easiest track to pull overtakes on. It's gonna take a lot of like fine racecraft. Let's make sure I unmute the game. Game is unmuted, perfect. And now let's get into the session as we are setting up their race setups. And let me get rid of my wheel. I don't need my wheel up on here anymore. I got out of a league race at Australia. My pretty much I think it is my strongest track, if not Austria is. Um, and it was a wet quali. I did good, and then in race I had the lowest wings of anybody on like in the race. Um, so I was looking electric around Australia because I was fully able to control the low wings, and I was gonna be a rocket ship on the fast parts of the track, like the DRS zones. But um, at lap 3, last turn, I'm defending on the inside of that last turn in Australia that goes onto the pit straight. I squeeze the guy trying to like overtake me through there, which is I would say, you kind of really shouldn't be, but I put the squeeze on him and I would give him the room, but last second to counter steer a little bit and get grip back in my rears, I like micro adjust to the left, He at that moment is steering to the right to get back on track because he's on the curb. I like perfectly squeezed him to where he has room, but it is like super super dicey, and it just happened all at the same time, and we both spin and we both have broken front wings. At the start of the at, like lap 3, we're both in the lead, and then immediately after, I don't know, a couple laps later, I think I spin myself or something, break my front wing, in that last part of the track. So I can enter the pits immediately, but I mean that's already 2 stops in like 10 laps. And then at some point later on, I like barely cut across somebody. I give them room, but I turn in too early on them, and so I spin them. Um, and just absolutely horrible racecraft for me in that race, the worst racecraft I have displayed in any of my league races ever, and it was just so disappointing for it to be the one track where I definitely could have had a podium finish in my own league, and there's some really fast guys in my league, at least for our skill level, so I'm more so heartbroken that I really messed with two people's races, and it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just doesn't make me feel any better about myself. Does not make me feel any better about myself at all. What is this ping? Why am I getting pinged here? Uh, Not much. Okay. And I'm gonna have to, yeah. I have to remember to put in a report, uh, to see what the punishment is. For me, both punishments for me. Or I can only really report one because I have the POV for that one. Uh, the last guy that I spun out, I need him to report me, and I told him to, because I mean it's my fault. I gave him the room, but then I cut across too early, so not great, not great. Oh man. All right, let me just double check that everything is as it needs to be. It looks like it. We've got J Story, Lucky, Suzuki, and Tyler, your boy, in here. Spectacular to see anybody in here, dude. I recently moved, so yeah, last week you guys missed out on me because I was in the process of moving. And so I needed a little more time to be able to really pack up things, and it's an hour away, my new apartment that I'm now at. So I was trying to do it across a couple days, right? Just kind of, you know, since I work in the town that I now live in, before I didn't. Um, is this gonna be? It is a formation. I just stubbed my toe. Oh my god! Oh, dude, that doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great to stub your toe. Oh, all right, but I think we're fine. So Tar Heel starting on the hards. Uno Cinco on softs. Uno Cinco, what are we doing? What are we doing starting on hards? Um, Hards for Yuppie. Wait, how is Joe Biden so? Oh wait, are these reserves starting at the bottom? What's up, Suzuki? Suzuki, are you racing? I don't see a Suzuki in game, but maybe your in-game name is different. If not, are you just a fan of PRL? Gord Sauce also on the hards. So 3 people on the hards, 1 on soft, 4 different tires. You're just spectating? Spectacular. Are you a part of this league? Are you a part of PRL in any way, shape, or form? Hold on. I need to make sure I have Discord open for their messages, just in case something happens. I need to be able to keep up with it. Oh, okay. You used to race here. Okay, that's fire. That's fire. Yeah, I'm pretty out of it. I think I've missed 2 Sunday races for this tier 1. I can't remember what the first one was. What was I doing 2 weeks ago? I think maybe just by coincidence, both Sundays, I needed time to get ready for my move. Um, yeah, I can't remember, but I know for sure this past one was I needed the time, and I did. It kind of came down not to the wire. I moved. I was fully moved out a day early, but um, yeah, I kind of did need that extra time that I asked for. So we shall see. Zabit CLS. Is that a C? That is a C. Tar Heels, Gold Killer, and J Story on the front 2 rows. Gold Killer is pretty rapid. I know him from some other leagues. He is pretty fast. Maybe a bit of a newcomer, and that's why his points are so low. But enough with the talk. Let's see how this race begins here at Brazil. Bada bing, bada boom. We get underway. It seems like a Haas at the very back getting an electric start. I'm trying to see here. Hold on, I went too far back. Do we keep it clean through these first couple of turns? This is a very difficult traction zone through turn 1, 2, and 3. If you don't get it quite right, you are spinning. There has been somebody spun at the back of the grid. I wonder who it was. Hard to tell, hard to tell. This is gonna be a very, very nerve-wracking race for everybody. Ooh, the McLaren going wide already. Very close to the Ferrari. Gold Killer now ahead. Gold Killer going all the way through up into first place. The drivers behind him fighting, slowing each other down, maybe running each other off track right there from the Alpine. But all good so far. Only really one death. I wonder how much damage they may have sustained. And again, this is reverse standing. So those people at the back right now are, you know, have been consistently the fastest across the season. They're definitely going to want to make up as many positions as possible early on. Yuppie already up. Tar Heels was the guy who spun. He is very far down now. Uno Cinco maybe a part of that a little bit in some way. Ghost Viper now overtaking the McLaren, but they are side by side down the pit straight. Who comes out on top? It is the Alpine of Ghost Viper. Now it is the McLaren and the Kick going at it side by side through the very difficult traction zone. The McLaren, hey, that's a little bit of using more of the track than is legal, and maybe getting a little bit of a benefit, but has immediately been overtaken. Cac Supreme also getting the run. These two coming together wheel to wheel. A lot of people really struggling through these first couple of laps as their tires warm up into that very downhill banking left turn. A lot of people going deep. The V-Carb, Rusty Oil Can, going up the inside, bumping the Williams. Did the Williams leave him enough room, or did he force his way in a little too aggressively? Hard to tell for me, but Rusty Oil Can now into 5th. The Williams still trying to fight extremely hard. He doesn't want to concede that position lightly. Yeah, dude, this track being so tight and so many technical turns right after each other with so many difficult traction zones and difficult, braking zones aren't as difficult, but just a lot of difficulty to this track, a lot of finesse required, and a lot of focus. Definitely, something that you just have to be so ultra focused during the whole race. We are almost 4 cars wide going into turn 1. We are 3 wide. Everybody locking up. The V-Carb going extremely deep, losing 3 positions. 1 mistake, 3 positions lost, just like that. Hate to see it, but it is a consequence. Almost cutting across somebody, trying to break the slipstream, but not defending too many positions. Let's move on up to the front. Let's see what these guys are getting up to. Front runners, Rusty Oil Can, trying to get a little bit of a run on the McLaren. He's in a McLaren sandwich. Running a little wide there. Did he get the warning? Bidome and Mr. Bean are the 2 quickest in the league. I know Mr. Bean is. He's been nothing but insanely fast the entire time that I've been commentating, and he's already in 7th, not 8th, 7th. He is rapid. He is cutting his way through traffic, hopefully cleanly, but most importantly, very quickly. The front runners right now well ahead of each other. Not much battling going on there. Really, the battling is going on in the midfield and at the back as RMZY maybe spinning out, maybe being spun out by somebody. Yeah, Rusty looking more aggressive than you could ever imagine him. Dude, this is, I mean, you want to be very aggressive in this sort of a race, but you also, there's so many laps. There is definitely time, and especially with what's supposed to be the slowest drivers up at the front, you can outpace them, and so it's just a matter of being patient and being consistently fast, as they should be. But now the skill of driving in dirty air is what makes or breaks somebody's race here. The McLaren taking the outside, holding more speed than the V-Carb. V-Carb a little hesitant. Kobe plays in 6th now. 1 second behind of Mr. Bean. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, worst time. McLaren and Ferrari knocking each other a little bit. Oh, just look at this, though. Look at this. Look at this. Giving each other room. Very spectacular to see. Super tight racing, but clean racing from what I have been able to see so far. Ghost Viper has caught up to Gold Killer. I don't want to switch off this too early because this is the tightest racing at the moment, as J Root will have DRS and already has a better run than the McLaren. Maybe has lower wings. J Root ahead. Going into turn 1. The V-Carb going up the inside. Kind of squeezing the McLaren out of the way. It is now Joe Bidome and Rusty Oil Can surrounding J Root. We shall see. Maybe Ghost Viper, low battery, start to catch up. Cac going into this turn, left-hander. I don't even know what number turn it is, but has overtaken J Story just like that. Cac Supreme and the Williams now into P3. These two still fighting it out. Remaining very close together. Gold Killer was once 1 second ahead of who was behind him. I don't think it was. It might have been Ghost Viper behind him, but was once 1 second ahead. Now in danger. Now needing to defend. The kick and the McLaren going out of the McLaren. Being given away by the kick, it seems like the kick, knowing he's slower potentially, not wanting to make anybody's life more difficult than it needs to be in this race. He knows it's going to get crazy. He knows it's going to go wild. He doesn't want to further aggravate the situation. Well done, Mr. J Story. Sometimes you just got to check your own ego, you know? Ghost Viper getting a run on Gold Killer, making the move to the outside, has the speed. Spectacular. Gold Killer now into second place, overtaking Mr. Bean, going up the inside of the Williams. Ooh, they're bumping rears. They're toe tapping, ass slapping, knee knocking, overtaking going on at the moment. Shit, I just realized I may not have texted my girlfriend like I should have. I am in danger. I am in danger. Let's make sure I've texted her. Yes, I have. I am amazing. J Root getting ahead of Rusty Oil Can. Kobe plays and the Williams going side by side, but the Williams, he's lost control, drifting the rears, getting into the grass, immediately spinning out and losing out a lot of positions. Now into P6, fighting through the ghosting. Now ahead of Joe Bidome. Joe Bidome, one of the fastest in this league, if not the fastest, some would say. And by some, I don't know who, but somebody, somewhere, sometimes, some way, somehow would say that he is the fastest. Yeah, this is tight racing here once we drop back from P5. See, Kobe Plays just has a train behind him. Excuse me, dude. Oh my god. V-Carb, Joe Bidome going around the outside. The McLaren kind of conceding the position, knowing that he can't really defend all too well. A little bit of locking up going on into this turn. Dude, just look at how compact this field is. Look, I love this idea. I love this concept of reverse standings. It can definitely close the gaps in the standings, depending on how the race goes. And as long as everybody just keeps it really clean and really, not passive, but just really conscientious of each other, then it can be, honestly, this is some of the most exciting racing I've ever seen. Is it a product of Brazil? Is it a product of today's amazing weather? Is it a product of the reverse standings race? I don't know. I am no expert, but it is super awesome so far. It is, I mean, it's just riveting. It is riveting excitement, lap in and lap out. I mean, I came into this with zero energy. I mean, I had just run one of the worst racecraft, no, it was one of my better race paces, but one of my worst racecraft, one of my least consistent, and just one of the worst league races I've ever done. Not only because of my horrible performance and what should have been maybe a win, definitely podium at the very least, and just, you know, not just that. Not only did I sell a great result, but I also ruined potentially two people's races, and well, it feels awful. It feels awful. You know, both just like. The first one, just maybe, just a little too bit aggressive defending. It wasn't dirty. It was just, I don't know. Maybe I should have just been just that millimeter more careful. And then the second incident, maybe just a little too aggressive, trying to recover time after pitting early due to a broken wing. So it's 100% my fault. You know, there's nothing. I mean, genuinely, it was my fault. I apologized as soon as I could, but you know, apologies don't mean much when you've potentially messed with people's races. You know, they're obviously gonna be frustrated, and well, it just sucks. But moving on, we are still very close here. There's 3 people. Joe Bidome has caught up to J Story to get DRS, but will not have it until the next straight. Doesn't seem to need it. it very much looks like he's running lower wings than Jay Story at the moment. We've seen Jay Story let people through as he is aware of his pace, and so maybe, just maybe, Jay Story will not be putting up much of a fight against these people coming up behind him. And it seems that I have the visual bug. The Ferrari overtaking maybe the McLaren. I didn't really quite catch that. I only saw it, looking back from Jay Story's point of view. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, it looks like I'm getting a bit of a visual bug where the revs are stuck on maximum pretty much. Dropping it into first is interesting, Jay Story. Oh, it might have fixed. I don't know. No, see, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. See, like, if I turn off telemetry and then turn it back on, I don't know if he's just shifting late. No, it's definitely just a bug. Yeah, it is what it is. Joe Biden will have DRS here, has been conserving, will have potentially a better run through here as J. Root has used up a lot more battery than Joe Biden has. There goes J Story. He's given him slipstream, essentially letting him through there. The Ferrari riding him as long as he can to get as much slipstream as possible. We know it's a little weak in this game, but oh my god, the V-carb and the Ferrari fighting very close there. The V-carb will not have DRS. Will it matter? J-Root very low on battery, does have DRS. No, just not enough. The McLaren now ahead of the kick. J Story dropping down the standings. Let's check in on the race leaders. Mr. Bean, very close behind of Ghost Viper. What is the fastest, if not, if he's not the fastest, then he's definitely one of the fastest in this league. Chasing after Ghost Viper, and Ghost Viper staying very close to Gold Killer, or at least as close as he can at the moment. Definitely. I don't know. It's going to come down to how well can Gold Killer defend, or even more ideally outpace the people behind him as they try to fight. Here we go. Mr. Bean getting a better run through the inside. Will have the DRS already ahead before the DRS. Now with DRS, can he catch up to Gold Killer? It seems like he has. Gold Killer maybe harvesting at the moment. Yes, he is, just to be able to defend down these straights against the DRS. Oh my god. J-Root, oh, a little bit of coming together there. The V-Carb getting ahead maybe. Oh, a little. No, that was a little too aggressive on the recovery. He has been spun, and he's spun Joe Biden. I don't know about that. It looked a little too aggressive. Not my place to call, though. That is all down to the FIA stewards. Kobe plays very close behind of J-Root now. Mr. Bean also very close to Gold Killer now. He has overtaken Ghost Viper while I wasn't looking. Naughty, naughty. Next time, wait until I'm watching you again, Mr. Bean. I'd really appreciate that, man. But we'll have, seemingly, yeah, definitely should have DRS here on the long pit straight. Oh, he's run off! Gold Killer has absolutely bottled it already. He is now dropped into second, but has picked up DRS very last second. Potentially intentional? Who knows? Who knows? But Gold Killer now into second, not setting it into turn one, electing to wait another lap at the very least, or wait until this next DRS zone. Excuse me. Oh my god, dude. Why am I so yawny? Yawn, yawn, yawn. J Story pitting and speeding into the pits. Not great. Seems to be a two-stop for J Story, or he has sustained damage. But my best guess is that it is a two-stop race for him. Oh no. Oh no. I've been pinged. I mean, I already said it is my fault. So, there's no reason for him to be upset at all. Hold on, I just need to make sure I kind of smooth this over so nobody's too upset. All right. Yeah, just making sure that the stewards don't see it any other way. The Haas boys struggling as well. Oof. Where are the two Haas? Uno Cinco and Iwoot. Yeah, they're pretty far down. They're pretty far down. Oh yes, the guy said he's not actually mad at me. We just, after the race, we're all pretty good friends. We're all pretty similar in skill level from top to bottom. The bottom is always the bottom. There's only so much you can do. Can't always be, perfectly equal skill, but uh, they're capable. They're capable. It's just getting it together for them. It's consistency, maybe a little bit of race pace, but um, yeah, yeah. I'm going to make sure that I'm the one penalized because we did like a little council afterwards because I was so worried. I didn't. It's hard to tell when you're in a race if it's your fault or not, unless it's obviously your fault. But for something that's close, oh yeah, Mr. Bean has already outpaced Gold Killer. Mr. Bean already into first, not even halfway through the race. It is looking like it is 100% Mr. Bean's race to win. J. Root catching up to Cubby Plays will have the DRS. Does he have enough speed? Does he have enough battery to make the move? It seems like he maybe will not, or he might. What's up, KFaz? Um, but yeah, so as I was saying, we did a little bit of a council, and I watched it back from a million different POVs, and at first, it looked like it wasn't my fault. It looked like it was a bit of a racing incident. But then after I saw a different POV that had it a little more top down, and then my stream POV, there was just a micro adjustment that I put to get grip back on the rears that pretty much, at least I think definitely made it my fault. Um, it is unfortunate the way that it happened, but it is what it is. So yeah, he understands how that that I know it was my fault. He's just mad at somebody else's attitude and the way they pitting Ghost Viper pitting already and speeding into the pit lane. What have we done? Oh, KFaz, did you? Heck yeah. Where'd you finish, by the way, KFaz? Oh, what is this? This is some crazy ass riding from the Ferrari. Going left, right, left, right. Oh, striking a little bit of traction. P6. Let's fucking go, KFaz. That's electric, dude. That is spectacular. Let's go, dude. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, KFaz. That is actually great. Is that your best performance this season in our league? RMZY setting the fastest lap on hards. Dude, we're back to having some close battles here between some drivers in the middle of the field trying to chase maybe a podium. Let's go, KFaz. That's spectacular, dude. That's awesome. I love to see that, man. I love to see success in my league. Like if I truly wanted to be the fastest in my league, I think I could. That's just how I work. The amount of dedication that I can, I don't know. Just through everything that I've done, all the different hobbies I've had, all the different sports I've competed in, it's always just been. It's never a mindset issue. Um, it's always just how much time until I am as good as everybody as the fastest. But yeah, so yeah, KFast, that fastest lap really didn't mean much because I my race was over. I ruined my own race. I was not getting points. It was impossible, and so I just switched onto softs just to set out a fastest lap just because. Um, a lot of people entering the pits. This being a pit window, it seems like. I don't know much about Brazil, but this yuppie Aston Martin taking the outside on the Ferrari has taken the position as clean as can be. Ooh, a little bit of side by side there has then given the position back. I wonder what happened. But then maybe getting the position back here. Oh, this turn is always dicey for sending it. Has gone around. Who has the better braking? Who outbrakes each other? The Aston Martin seemingly later on the braking, able to retain control, now ahead of the Ferrari. Once again, the Ferrari bumping him a little bit, giving him a little ass tap. Ooh, man, this is some tight driving, dude. See you, okay, Fez? it would be nice if you could make the races on Sundays, and we can always wait a couple like 5-ish minutes for you. That's really not a big deal. It gives us time to make sure everything's set properly. Ghost Viper with the 10 seconds is in 8th place. Would drop like a rock. Would drop like a rock. J Root into the pits. Let's see what these tires are looking like. So there were 3 people that started on the mediums, and so pretty much everybody shortly should be on hards. Yep. It's going to depend on when Mr. Bean and when Kobe decide to pit. Mr. Bean, 16 laps on these mediums is ridiculous, dude. Because half of 36 is what? 15 plus 3, 18 laps? That is wild. He's definitely able to do this overcut, but it's just how much time could he potentially lose? As Joe Biden says, the new fastest lap on the hards. When did he? Are these fresh hards? Definitely fresh hards. Yep, 2 lap old hards. RMCY now ahead of Jace. Not. Oh, and he might get ahead of Jay Story through this braking zone here. Kind of poking his nose in, not really sending it. Jay Story going deep anyways. It is RMZY's position faux free. Faux to free shizzle. Now trying to catch up to CAC Supreme. What are the tire differences here? RMCY on older tires. Will have maybe just a little more pace right now since his tires have had time to kind of get up to temp, get a little bit of that, maximum grippage going. But CAC should have the better tires to finish the race. Now in the lead is Mr. Yuppie on those very old hards. Same with Gourd Sauce. The 2 hard runners will need to switch on the mediums shortly. Or maybe not shortly, just in, you know, a handful of laps. 3-second time penalty for Zabit. Corner cutting, 9th place, 3-second time penalty. Not great. Not ideal if you ask me. Alright, let's make sure that stuff isn't blowing up in my league either. As there have been some responses. Yeah, sorry, I'm just making sure nobody goes a little too crazy in the Discord. It's fine to let people, have discussions even if they're a little emotional, just to like, get stuff off their chest, make sure their point and their grievances are heard. But you gotta, you always gotta make sure that it doesn't go any farther than just like, civil discussion, civil argument. A civil argument is fine. It's definitely possible to have a civil argument. Um, we are kind of going into a little bit of the later stages of this race where people are starting to separate based off of pure race pace. Ghost Viper is trying to keep up with Gold Killer, but with, what is it, 10 seconds, right? Yeah, with the 10-second penalty, it's just looking rough. Same with Jay Story. It's looking rough for them. Excuse me. What do we have? We have, like, this is about to be lap 20, so 17 more laps. Dude, oh my god, I'm definitely going to have time to go get food. Thank you, guys. You guys are so thoughtful. You guys are so awesome. Mr. Bean, new fastest lap by about 2/10, I think it is, on fresh hards. And in the lead, I mean, it's looking rough for the rest of the grid right now. There's a lot of movement here. Gortatos has pitted off of the hards, I'm pretty sure. Yep, he's on mediums. He will have the best tires at the moment for the rest of the race. It's just going to come down to whether or not he can actually make use of the higher grip levels with those mediums. Alright, should be good to go. Gourd Sauce, 3-second time penalty. Oh, that is soul crushing. Was gonna have the mediums to finish the race, and just like that, it is going to take a significantly more effort to really make use of the hard to medium strategy. Unfortunate for him, very unfortunate. Let's see. The real MJ. Can the real MJ please stand up? Please stand up. He is catching to Brian B. It is a little bit of a DRS train as more people are pitting. Have they taken damage? Have they taken damage? I don't know. I have no idea. But The real MJ catching to Brian B. Can he get the run? Can he get the exit through here? It is a 4-car long DRS train. There's potentially moves being made up front. It is the Ferrari going ahead of the kick, and the Alpine, I think, getting ahead of MJ. Okay, I can't listen to that stupid game, dude. These bugs are annoying, but it is what it is. It is a kick Sauber sandwich. We have seen several kick Sauber, or not kick Sauber specifically, but we have seen several. The Alpine taking the inside, going ahead of J Story. Oh, give me a better camera angle. They're side by side. Don't do this to me. Give me a better camera angle. Game, listen to me. Well, we missed that entire wheel to wheel because the game just refused to give it to me. But J Story now behind of his teammate, Real MJ. Is there a tire difference or is it because of his time penalty? It is J Story with the fresher tires, but the 4-lap old medium, or not mediums, hards of the Real MJ will last longer. They could definitely last to the end of the race, and so it is definitely. I need to stop saying definitely. It is for sure. Um, all up to MJ to carry these tires to the end and get the best possible result for the kick team. We are seeing RMZY catching CAC Supreme right now down this DRS straight. Didn't have the DRS, it seems like, but caught up nonetheless. Oh my god, dude. Why am I yawning so much? Holy Christ, dude. Jesus, man. If I could stop yawning, that'd be spectacular. Okay. Hold on. I'm just making sure that my stewards are aware that I'm making the executive decision as owner that I am at fault, and so all they need to do is just assess the penalty that I should be given. Providing my POV later today so that my penalty can be assessed. Alright. And look, I don't know. The way I see it is, I could just not say anything and let the stewards figure it out. Maybe they deem that I'm at fault. Maybe they deem it as racing incident. Maybe even somehow they deem it as his fault. But at the end of the day, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, it matters to me how well I do. Oh my god, dude, this is some tight fucking racing. Oh, some tight racing. Yuppie. Retiring from session. I wonder what happened. Might have taken damage. And just called it quits. I don't know. But this, dude, look at how long this DRS train is. And leaving the session. I wonder what happened there for him. Real MJ getting ahead of J Root. Audrey getting ahead of... Oh, he's pitting. J Story pitting. 2-stop for J Story. But, yeah, I don't know. As league owner, I obviously care. I care about my performance. I don't want to get penalties. I don't want to have to, that sort of thing. I want to do the absolute best I can, but at the same time, as league owner, sometimes you really do just gotta, really, really put everything aside, put your own performance, put your own results aside. As the Mercedes gets ahead of Kobe Plays. Kobe Plays trying to get up the inside. Oh, dude, this racing. Oh, my lord. This Brazil racing is spectacular. It does, dude, it requires so much focus to do anything like this in Brazil. The track is tight. There's a lot of different braking zones immediately after each other. It's a very technical track. But yeah, there's no reason for me to try to leave it up to like 50-50 who gets penalized. I'd rather just take the penalty and keep people happy. It doesn't matter to me at all. When it comes to that, if anything, I think admins and owners should be held to higher standards. So that's just my attitude towards it. It doesn't affect me at all. I already feel bad that I caused an incident. And so, I don't want to feel worse by then either not getting penalized or somebody else getting penalized. Dude, what is what is this race? This race has been chef's kiss the whole time. There's been tight wheel to wheel, nose to ass to nose racing the entire time. This is spectacular, man. This is absolutely spectacular. Okay, how is this heating back up, bro? How is this heating back up? I don't know how it's. I literally just smoothed everything over, and now they're back to arguing. I can't believe that I have to sit here. I'm so sorry for the distraction, but dude, I don't want this to boil over at all. Because that's more damaging than anything. Oh man, I just I'm sorry for being it's just it is important. Oh, cack, why are we off track, cack? Settle down, cack. Settle down. But just it's 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 making sure tensions don't run too high. Especially when it's between one person that was involved and then one person that wasn't even racing, which is interesting. But it's very important for morale in a league to not let things like that boil over. So it's a priority at all times, dude. Oh, oh man, a little bit of bumping going on, but dude, I'm. This is great. This is great, respectful racing. I love it. I absolutely love this. Now Brian B ahead, taking the inside, will have the DRS as well, so he gets more of an insane exit out of that turn. Now into turn one, catching up to J Root. Will have DRS, I think, barely. Oh, excuse me. He will not. He did not get the DRS. But yeah, just really gotta make sure things don't get a little too out of hand. Ewoot, I see him. He's gaining on Adri. You know what? Let's switch to him. Ewoot, show me something, homie. Give me something. Come on, Ewoot. Do it for the Haas. Do it for the boys back home. Do it for the German manufacturers. Speaking of which, I never realized my job where I work at has a couple of Haas machines. Since it's like a manufacturing place, we have some Haas machines. I never really noticed. Never really thought about it. Ewoot still very close behind of Audrey. Come on, Ewoot. I believe in you, Ewoot. What is the potential tire difference? That's what really matters. Ooh, very similar tires. Ghost Viper on brand new hards. Trying to gain time and make up some positions here. Sitting in 12th. Two positions to get, no, three. Yeah, two. I'm stupid. He'd have to overtake two to get into 10th. Ewoot into 10th. Through that pit straight. Now ahead of Audrey. Guys, can we just simmer down? I mean, MJ is close to RMZY. Kobe plays also somewhat close to Gortsauce, but both on penalties. These two, oh my god, the amount of battery saved up. How much is... Oh, this is easy. This is four... This is a money move right here. All the battery in the world. The Aston Martin going into harvesting mode. This is spectacular for MJ. Harvested his battery very, very well. Should be able to kind of run away from RMZY. Oh, RMZY is also on way older tires. Way older tires. Brian B now with a 3-second time penalty. That is not great. But if he can make up about 9/10 of a second, 8/10 of a second. Oh my god, he's already taken Jeroot. What happened to Jeroot? Did Jeroot lose control a little bit? Or what happened there? But now Brian B into 5th place. If he can continue outpacing the drivers behind him, he may not have to worry about losing a position. MJ almost out of almost a second ahead of RMZY. Has made it over a second. No danger from behind, it seems like, as long as he keeps it smooth and consistent. Very well done by MJ. Hee hee. Billie Jean is not my lover. You know what I'm saying? He knows what I'm saying. He wrote the song. Cubby plays, not really gaining, but kind of close to Gortsall still. Jeroot behind of Brian B. Will have DRS. Yes, will have DRS. Not much else going on in the backfield. Unfortunate for the V-Carbs. Not looking great for them. Not looking great. Kobe plays. Gaining much more rapidly. Making his move up the inside. Locking up the left, front left very hard. Almost completely out of battery. Gortsauce with more battery and will have the DRS. He may get immediately re-overtaken. Nope. Not quite enough for Gortsauce. Not quite enough. Woot and Adri wheel to wheel here. Ooh, barely enough space given by the Mercedes, but he lets him... Oh, and he's gone. Woot now ahead. Woot into 10th place. I did say he needed to make up 2 positions, and he has. He is now into the points. He is in 10th place, 3.5 seconds behind of the next driver. But with those penalties, he doesn't have to worry too much about it. Just needs to keep the people behind him. Looking very good for him. Jeroot gaining. Will have DRS on Brian B, and he is already very close to him. I just fat fingered the trigger with my other hand. Oopsies! But Jeroot will have the run on Brian B. Can Brian B... Well, I guess maybe Brian B just lets him through. Just makes it a little harder for him. No, he does not. The Ferrari still behind of Brian B, waiting for the next straight, it seems like. It all comes down to this exit. How much speed can you maintain through these winding corners? DRS active. Is he gaining? I don't think he's still harvesting, waiting patiently. Yep. Patiently waiting for his next opportunity. Jeroot still trying, still kind of keeping it behind. He's harvesting very well. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so free on this next straight. It's gonna be so free. He just has so much battery. He has so much more pace. It's not even a tire difference. He's just faster. He is just faster. Comes on to here. He's gonna have to make up 6/10 though, 5/10 down the straight, dumping the battery back into none. He's gonna wait for the next one. Didn't get as good of a turn through there. Being patient. Can he get it now? Still in none. Still just not. Either he's waiting or he's just not executing quite well enough to really make the move stick. CAC Supreme, very close behind of Kobe plays right now. Losing a little bit there, but may be able to gain some more. Kobe plays there on similar batteries. They're both very low on battery. Jeroot also... Oh my god, dude. Can I stop yawning? Wah, 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 wah. I got a great amount of sleep, man. I don't know why I'm so, like, yawn, you know? Why am I so, I don't even know. Is there a word for that? I'm not tired. I feel fine. If anything, this racing has, brought me back from the dead. I felt so sluggish after what was a horrible race for me. But dude, this excitement has really gotten my fryers all hot. I'm all excited. I feel the blood pumping. You know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean. J Root gaining. Is it now his chance? No, it is not. Dude, he's still not. He's just not doing it. I don't know why. Definitely can. He has the pace. I don't know. Maybe he's just waiting until the very last second to really make it stick. I guess I don't know. Could he have caught up to RMZY? Maybe. But I guess he's happy to finish fifth ahead of J Root or ahead of Brian B. If he can make it happen. I mean, he has oodles and oodles of battery. Oodle Canoodle. Cack Supreme also very close to Gordsauce, his teammate. Team orders, maybe let Cack Supreme get ahead. I mean, Gordsauce has the penalties. Or maybe they just work together. Gordsauce just carries them through with DRS, and then they don't have to worry about Ghost Viper behind. Either way, whatever their preference is. Alright, will he get... No, he has even more of a gap this time. He has 6/10. I wonder what's going on in J Root's mind right now. 2 laps to go. Mr. Bean well far ahead. Gold Killer in second. Rio MJ in third. RMCY in fourth. And then I guess Brian B. No, Brian B is under attack right now. All the top 4 all kind of on their own. Not really having to worry about it. And Brian B has, I think, 6 seconds of penalties. At least 3. He has 3. Everybody with penalties is 3 seconds. No more, no less. Ooh, do I switch? Zab it. Gaining on Rusty Oil Can will overtake down into turn 1. Will Rusty Oil Can get a little bit of a get back immediately after in this next DRS zone? Is there a tire difference? Is there a big tire difference? Yes. Ooh, there's a big tire difference, but maybe, just maybe. Doesn't send it, pulls out. Ugh. Ugh, doesn't want to be a parent, he pulls out. Alright, back to J Root and Brian B. This is a battle that has been, just culminating over several laps. Does J Root now send it? Yes, he does. He is now ahead of Brian B with the last lap starting. He's just, all he has to do is defend from Brian B down this DRS straight and then the next one to finish the lap. So, or to finish the race, not just the lap, but to finish the race. Can he finish in top 5? Can he finish 5th? Best of the rest, it seems like. Spectacular for Mr. Bean, man. Starting from the very back and finishing well ahead. He's just that fast. He is that rapid. He was able to make moves fast enough to just, he didn't have to worry about anything. He's just vibing the whole time. Alright. That is your Brazil winner, Mr. Bean! Let's go. Woo! Gold Killer will cross second, almost 15 seconds behind of your race winner, Mr. Bean. The real MJ. Please stand up. You are finishing on podium, my good sir. Let's go. RMZY crossing 4th. J Root immediately behind him. Did get away from Brian B. Has defended his position. All these penalties are gonna matter though. As people finish. Not enough, it seems like. Oh, Gordsauce has actually finished ahead, or Gordsauce has finished behind. Cax Supreme ahead because of the penalties, I think. That rounds out your top 10. Woot did finish P10. Did get points. And then as we continue down, more and more. Joe Bidome, one of the fastest, not able to make it work. Stuck in 15th. He also did get spun at some point. It's going to be up to the stewards. It's going to be all up to the stewards there. Huh. Whoa, that brings this race to an end. I have so much time to go get food. Oh, you guys are amazing, dude. You guys just picked the best time to do a reverse standing, so there was no qualifying. You guys are the goats. You guys are awesome, man. You guys really saved me from starving the rest of the day. And for that, I am forever grateful. But that brings this race to a close. We see Mr. Bean, most overtakes, cleanest driver, and your race winner. Spectacular, spectacular. Starting 15th, finishing first. But I think truly, truly, driver of the day maybe goes to MJ. Mr. Bean, we know he's already successful. Maybe share some of the success with somebody else. Real MJ starting dead last, dead last, finishing in third. I'd give it to him, man. I'd truly give it to him, but that's not up to me. But yeah, that is it for this Performance Racing League Tier 1 race at Brazil. Super spectacular, super awesome, riveting action all the way from beginning to end. You gotta love it. You absolutely gotta love it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for letting me commentate. I am back. I am back, baby. So yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna go eat. First, I gotta decide what I want to eat, but then I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. All right. See you boys. You guys are all awesome. Goodbye.